Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mengs, and today I'm going to make a bit of a final thoughts, predictions regarding the Advance Wars Reboot Camp because it comes out tomorrow. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about what I think about the Reboot Camp, and whether or not I think it will be good. I'm going to talk a little bit about my plans for the Reboot Camp moving forward on my channel, what you guys can expect, and just kind of give my closing predictions on, whether or not I think it's going to be a good game or not. Now, the first thing I imagine a lot of you guys are going to be scratching your heads over is, what do you mean the Reboot Camp comes out tomorrow? Doesn't it come out on Friday? Well, yeah, it comes out on Friday, but you guys have to remember it comes out midnight at Friday, so technically it's still going to be Thursday for most of us. And because I'm European and most of you guys are from the United States, about 50% of all my viewers comes from America, that means that you guys are going to see me playing this game 6 hours ahead of you. So it's going to be like Thursday evening, 6 to 7 p.m. your time when you see me playing the game. One of the benefits of being European and having games unlocked sooner, that's just how it goes. And yeah, so I'm going to start by talking about what I intend on doing. I'm going to be doing the same thing that I did for Engage. I'm going to be doing 2 marathon streams back to back. One as soon as the game comes out, and then one the day after. And what I plan to do is I'm going to play through the entire Advanced Wars 1 campaign in one stream, and then I'm going to be playing through the entire Advanced Wars 2 campaign in the second stream. Now, I very much think it's going to be doable to do each campaign in one sitting. They aren't incredibly long. Advanced Wars 1 is somewhere between 20 to 25 missions, depending on how many bonus missions you unlock. And at the Advance Wars 2 campaign, if you play through every single one, it's pretty long. I think it comes up to like 30 or 31 missions, but you don't have to play every single mission. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be playing every single Advance Wars 2 mission in one sitting. I might. Kind of depends on how long I want the stream to be, I guess. Can't really go over 12 hours. If I do, the stream can't be viewed, so I have to keep it under 12 hours. I don't think it's going to take me 12 hours to beat the Advance Wars 2 campaign. I really don't. I know these campaigns incredibly well. I can play through the missions incredibly quickly, and for my first playthrough, I will select normal mode. I don't know if they're going to have hard mode available right away. In the original games, you had to unlock the hard campaign by beating the normal campaign. I don't know if that's how they intend to do it in the Reboot Camp, but I might not have a choice. So that's why I just want to play through the normal campaigns super quickly so that I can unlock as much as possible. Now, once I am done with these 2 marathon streams, I'm going to be making a video where I go over all the changes that I noticed, because that's one of the things I very much want to know about the Reboot Camp is how much have they changed. We know that this is a very faithful remake. It doesn't appear like they've changed the COs in any way, but we have seen slight changes in the field training. And according to my uncle at Nintendo, he's the guy who's been leaking me a bunch of details, he used to work on the game and that's been proven, he says that they did actually make some changes during the campaign to certain missions. So it's going to be interesting to see just exactly what they changed. So those are my initial plans, at least when the game comes out. I plan to just play through the campaigns as quickly as I can, and then for the hardest difficulty, and I do believe there's only 2 difficulties, there's normal and hard mode, I'm going to be doing a standard Let's Play format. So I'm going to do a Let's Play of the Advance Wars 1 hard campaign, and then I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of the Advance Wars 2 hard campaign. And that is pretty much what I got planned initially. Now, I'm obviously going to do a lot of things with the Reboot Camp. I've talked about how I want to do detailed CO guides for each of the COs. I want to do a video just talking about the game in general and what I think about it. Stuff like that, obviously. And then I do want to do streams where I play against you guys. At the time of making this video, I still don't know anything about online multiplayer. There might very well be a chance that they release a trailer before I am able to upload this video. If they do, I'm probably just going to have to point it out in the comments or something, but at the moment they have revealed absolutely nothing about online play except for the fact that you can play with a friend. That's all we know, and it seems like that might be all we're getting, just the ability to connect to a friend and challenge them to a match. I don't know if there's going to be any online lobbies or anything like that, but regardless, I'm still going to be doing some multiplayer PvP streams where I challenge people from my audience. Again, don't know if they'll allow us to play on big maps or whatnot, but we will see. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, I guess another thing that I'd like to talk about is whether or not I think the Reboot Camp will be good or not. And I have said these things multiple times, but I guess it's still okay to include them in a video such as this. And obviously the big elephant in the room are the graphics. They're not very popular, most people don't like them very much. And I've been wondering if maybe they will grow on me as I play the game. I've watched a lot of videos from the reboot camp, and my general impression is that I still don't like the graphics, and I don't think they will grow on me, but they're not so terrible that the game is unplayable. I just wish they would go with a more Octopath Traveler style, you know, a 2D sprite-based game. That would be very preferable for me. But that's not what they're doing, and the graphics that we have are the graphics that we will have, and that's kind of what we're stuck with, so there's no point in complaining about it. But I know the graphics aren't great, and I know a lot of people are not very fond of them, but I still think that the game will be very enjoyable, because it's still Advance Wars at the end of the day. I'm going to enjoy the partial voice acting, I'm going to enjoy the missions, I'm going to enjoy all the amazing CO graphics. The remastered soundtrack at least sounds amazing, so I'm very excited to hear all the CO themes, see all their power activations, and all that stuff, you know. I'm probably going to keep making Advance Wars content long after the reboot camp, so I will appreciate all the art assets and CO graphics that I can include in my videos. Stuff like that is very good for content creation. Now, as for whether or not the reboot camp will be a staple on my channel, that really remains to be seen. I'm definitely going to continue making Advance Wars content long after the reboot camp comes out, but whether or not the reboot camp is going to be a game that will feature heavily on my channel for years to come, I have a feeling it won't, unless they do something to drastically improve the multiplayer experience, because at the end of the day, if I'm just going to play single player, I'm probably still going to prefer the original GBA games, because I just find the graphics better, you know? I am, of course, also working on a site called Wars World, or I'm being part of it, I'm helping developing it, which is going to be an alternative to Advance Wars by web, and that site will probably be one of my main focuses once it comes up. I'm probably going to be doing all of my casting on that site, so that's going to be pretty interesting, and we are going to use a lot of reboot camp art and assets for that site, so I'm excited for that. Now, once the reboot camp comes out, I'm obviously going to be pausing a lot of my current projects. My Let's Plays and my streams, they're going to take a little bit of a backseat while I do reboot camp content. This is what it's like every time a new game comes out, I hope you guys will understand. But, you know, give it a week or two, maybe more, once the hype dies down, I'm probably gonna start resuming my older projects again. This is just, you know, how it's like on the channel whenever a new game gets released, and I hope you guys understand that. As a content creator, you kind of have to ride that early wave when a game is new. That's when you earn a lot of new subscribers, that's how you get a lot of views. It's just a very smart thing for a YouTuber to do. You know, milking the hype, as it's called. That's what every big YouTuber does. If they say anything else, then they are being dishonest. And at least I just wanted to be straight with you guys about what I'm doing. Now, just because I'm milking the hype doesn't mean that I don't like the reboot camp. I think I'm going to enjoy it quite a bit. It's not what I hoped for, but I'd say any remake is better than no remake. And at the very least, this will bring in new fans to the Advance Wars franchise, which can't be a bad thing. Maybe we can convince them to go back and play some of the earlier games. And one thing that I'm hoping for too is that we might get an expansion to the reboot camp where we get to see the addition of dual strike COs. I think that would be very cool, but that really depends on whether or not the reboot camp will sell or not. That's the thing that people have been asking me. Mangs, do you think the reboot camp will sell well? I don't think it's going to destroy sales charts or anything, and I do think that the 2-year delay has hurt its sales considerably. I think that if they had just gone through with it and released it despite everything that happened in the world, I think they would have gotten a lot more sales. The fact that they cancelled pre-orders was incredibly stupid. You know, that delay really hurt the game a lot, and I think it's definitely going to impact sales. I still think it's going to sell decently well, because there are a lot of Advance Wars fans out there. It is a very resilient fandom. People have been playing this game competitively for years, thanks to Advance Wars by web, and it's just a fandom that has a lot of sleeping players, as I say. A lot of people who will wake up once the game is out and be like, ooh, I need to play that. So I can't predict how well the game will sell, but I think it's going to sell fairly well. Not as well as it would have sold 2 years ago, but it's still going to be selling fairly well, I think. So, will it be a success? It is probably going to be a decent launch, I think, but it's not going to be anything insane. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to be asking me. They're going to be saying, you know, Mangs, do you plan to go back to more of a Fire Emblem-focused channel after sort of playing the reboot camp and that hype dies down? You know, what's going to happen to the channel? And the answer to that is I actually don't know what's going to happen to this channel. I really don't know. It really depends on how successful the reboot camp is. Will I go back to playing more Fire Emblem in the future? it could very well be the case. Again, it depends on how well the reboot camp does, but I will say my love for Advance Wars has only strengthened in these past few years, and I think especially with the launch of the Wars World site, you're gonna keep seeing a lot of Advance Wars content on the site. I don't think that's going to go away. But I will say this. Once Underland Saga comes out, and it's going to come out in August, if you guys didn't see the announcement, then I delayed the release of Underland Saga from June the 8th to August 3rd because I realized we just needed more time to polish it. You can definitely expect to see a lot more Fire Emblem content on the channel around then. At least I'm going to be showcasing my own hack pretty heavily. And then we don't know what's going to happen with Fire Emblem, whether or not they're going to release a new game anytime soon. There's a lot of rumors that they're working on a remake of Genealogy of the Holy War. If that happens, then my hype is going to be through the roof, and you can definitely expect a lot more Fire Emblem. And Fire Emblem will always have a presence on my channel. I'm probably always going to be doing at least like one Fire Emblem stream a week. But for the foreseeable future, at least after the reboot camp launches, you can definitely expect to see a lot of Advanced Wars content on my channel, because again, it's just going to be a very good, healthy time for Advanced Wars, and any content creator, you know, who doesn't ride that wave of success is, you know, kind of dumb. So that's at least what I'm thinking right now. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. I am very excited for tomorrow's launch. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Even if the reboot camp itself is not going to be insanely good, I still think that the things that it will bring will be very good for the community. And I'm going to have an absolute blast with it. I'm sure I'm going to be enjoying it from start to finish, because at the end of the day, it is Advanced Wars, and that is a very good thing. So join me in tomorrow's stream. It should already be scheduled. It's going to be linked at the end of this video, so definitely stay tuned for that. Head over to it. Please give it a like, you know, make sure you set the notifications so you get reminded whenever I go live. And yeah, I hope to see as many of you guys there tomorrow as possible. I'm hyped for the reboot camp. I hope you guys are as well. See you in tomorrow's stream.